Sheldon Keefe returns to Toronto as the New Jersey Devils hand the Maple Leafs their second loss in a row, while the power play continues to struggle. Hey everyone, welcome to Inside the Leafs. Rob Wong, joined alongside by Toronto Sun Maple Leafs writers Terry Koshan and Lance Hornby. And while guys, slow starts to the season are not new for this hockey team, but the Maple Leafs are now just 3-1 on the year, despite what I think a lot of people would have thought was a relatively soft schedule to begin the season. They've already had the goalie call out teammates and had a team meeting about their play. Terry, from what you've seen so far, what concerns you the most about this start to the season?
Well, the Leafs are slow and disorganized, and there's really no reason to be. Minus Mitch Marner, of course, your nucleus is back. Your defense is back. I almost said defense core. Well, the core, all of it's back. Your goaltender's back. There's no reason for any of this, except for the fact that just maybe the Leafs weren't as good as we thought they were going into the season. And this is what they are, a team that's going to, be outpaced on some nights, and there's not going to be much they can do about it. Berube said after the game last night, he thinks the team has speed when it plays direct and that sort of thing. But, if your opposition, like the Devils last night, are quicker and you don't have that option, then that's what's going to happen. And we'll see how the Leafs recover from this because, as much as the Sabres have been kind of scuttling here, the back-to-back Friday, Saturday won't be much easier. So this could be what they are. I mean, it's interesting too because there's an opening here in this division given the way that the Florida has injuries. Tampa's been bad. A couple of teams we thought would figure in the top three for sure. The Leafs don't seem to be able to take advantage of it. It's a small sample size, but it's something that has to turn here for them quickly, even though we're only 7 games into this, if it can.
Yeah, it's been a little baffling considering how they talked all summer, especially through camp, about how they couldn't wait to get going and this and that, and they had a great great camaraderie, et cetera, et cetera. The new guys were going to be brought in and have a bit more impact. And what we've seen, to Terry's point about them not being as good as we thought, certainly. Who'd have thought that maybe the Scott Laughton injury might have had the domino effect it has, that Easton Cowan looked very comfortable on that fourth line coming in, and they didn't really have a chance since then to have a set first line. Berube saying yesterday he's kind of getting tired and impatient of none of the combinations he's tried actually coming through and playing consistently. Maybe that's down to him. He tends to switch that lineup a lot and not giving a lot of people their consistency. But other things they're not doing, a lot of rush chances, leading the league in rush chances against. That's uncommon. And second periods that were his strength, that's falling off as well. And, you couple that with little things like that bizarre decision last night to challenge a goal that seemed pretty clean from the Devils' perspective, and wound up not only being a power play goal against, but also that was a play, I believe, where Chris Tanev got injured. And, of course, in addition to Laughton being out, Tanev is not there right now as well, and that's a big hole on the blue line. So, lots to your earlier point, Rob, not the first October they've struggled. They were, I think, a game behind late last month at this time, and Berube was able to right the ship in a big way, of course. But right now, some disturbing signs for sure.
One thing I'd add, too, is, the Laughton injury, if that topples the rest of your lineup, that tells you maybe you don't have the depth you think you did. Michelli and Domi aren't going to work on the top line. We can see that. They're not top 6 players. So what do you do? That's why Treliving said during the summer that he still wanted to get a top 6 winger, because he probably had it in the back of his mind that those two would be better off in perhaps bottom middle 6, if you will, third line. So it's an issue, and I don't know how they get around it. But the quicker Laughton can back, the better. But I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. November 2nd, I think, would be a month that he's been out. But yeah, it's tough. And like Lance said, if this Tanev thing is long term by any stretch, even short term, it's not good at all.
That's going to be a problem for the Maple Leafs on the back end. Lance, the Maple Leafs in recent years have always been a top 10 team on the power play, but right now they're just 2 for 16, fourth worst in the NHL. We know Mitch Marner is no longer running it, but there's still a ton of talent on the man advantage. Why have they not been able to score more on the power play, in your opinion?
Well, perhaps this was one area they were definitely going to miss. Marner was on special teams, so I think that's been a factor there. I mean, you're working a defenseman back in. Morgan Riley's been again up and down. He's trying to get more pucks on net. He's had some success there, but still, you don't have the booming shot back there. You're not getting rebounds, and to use the coach's word, nothing is direct down there. He liked the fact that that at the end of the game, the last power play they had was a bit more effective, retrieving pucks, that kind of thing. But one thing, because they're not moving, going back to our first topic, they're not drawing the same amount of penalties, and that means that this power play is not getting set. Interesting though, everyone's watching the second unit to see if they can pick things up a bit. There's some talent there, and I certainly like OEL back on the point for that group, and maybe we see him come up to the first group at some point. But right now, if you're not moving and you're not generating those chances, and you're underusing people like the Austin Matthews shot, the ability of William Nylander to scoot around and find a hole, and Matthew Nye is not going to the net and causing the mayhem that he can. So that's very, very concerning at this stage. These calls tend to level out as the year goes on. But right now, it's a weapon in their arsenal that's being underused.
Well, like Lance said, they do have the personnel, but 2 words from you, Mitch Marner. He led the team last year with 33 power play points. The power play flowed through him. That creativity, you're not replacing it at all. We know they're not replacing Mitch Marner for a lot of reasons on this roster. The creativity that he brought to the power play is gone. I think at least for 9th last year on the power play after a better second half. So, again, how do you get around it? I mean, it should still be better than it has been because, as Lance says, the talent's there. You still have some of the world-class players in the league, and it's just not happening. Will it come eventually? Suppose. I mean, there was a goal earlier this year, and it wasn't even on the power play now that I think of it. It was just but if there's a goal, Riley gets the puck to the net and they score, and that type of thing has to happen more with the man advantage, quicker decisions, all this sort of thing. But when you don't have Marner there, it's a disadvantage, there's no doubt. And, the Leafs are feeling that. Jean-Marc Savard and that group to get it together. So we'll see where it goes, but it kind of speaks to the bigger picture, too, of just how this team has been playing. And you hope they're underachieving, but maybe they're not. Maybe this is what they are. We'll have to see. I would add, too, that, since we started here, an email just came in that the Leafs have changed their times for the weekend. They're going to play at 5 o'clock Saturday now, according to this email from the club. And they've moved up, 15 minutes, their game against the Flames on Tuesday. So there are some time changes there after all for what's coming up because of the World Series.
All right. We'll see what happens there. Lance?
Yeah, so I'd quickly add that the failures on the power play have led to a lot of chances going the other way. And not for Anthony Stolarz, it could look worse with some shorthanded goals against.
Yeah, and again, how good was Marner at recovering, right, Lance? If that happened on the power play, his speed to get back. I mean,
it wasn't a defense team, but yeah,
you saw it every so often. It's just that's gone now. So, yeah.
Yeah, the Maple Leafs are definitely missing number 16 right now, at least to begin the season. We'll see if they can right the ship this weekend with the back-to-back against the Buffalo Sabres. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. For Lance Hornby and Terry Koshan, I'm Rob Wong. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.